Where did he go? I know it's kind of floaty, but that's because I'm through the window. It's windy outside. We're expecting it's been raining on and off, wind picking up on and off. You can see it from the grass blades on the video. And I could wait for a better day, but Eaglet is about to migrate whenever it thinks it's ready. So that big black mass is actually Eaglet. I followed him. He was facing out, but he turned around. And he's been jumping from caves to caves. Mama's was out flying, so I'm guessing she's hunting in the storm. And hopefully will bring food. And as you know, when we watch Eaglet, it's on Eaglet's time, not ours. Hello everyone, sorry, we have to do it through a window. Too much wind, it's been raining on and off. You can see it from the grass up there. And Eaglet is that big black thing at the entrance of the cave. It just turned around as I was. connecting to YouTube. make sure it didn't move while I was actually in the process of connecting. That's it. See that big black mass? That's where I followed him. I'm hoping that he turns around soon. Hi, Sonia. we're just waiting for the eaglet to move. And for Mama to maybe bring some food. I hope he didn't move up. Is that a rock or is that eaglet up there? See how I saw him hopping on that, but it looks like as YouTube did the free countdown, it might have moved up. Like to here, let me center it. Oops, don't lose the cave. Like, this could be him. He was definitely there. But he could have moved up. Let's see if that moves. And let me center it a bit more up to take it away from chat. So I was trying to set it up outside. Big gust of wind happened. My scope went on the ground. And the scope lens kind of broke. You know, what attaches it to the scope itself. So right now, until I can get another one, there is a bungee cord holding it to the main scope. I think Eaglet might have moved up while I was doing the waiting on that countdown from YouTube. But that could be the rock too. You see how suddenly everything's looking like a beak? So I'm going to keep an eye on both. The one at the bottom, which is in the chat, on that one. If one of you sees anything moving, let me know, because then I'll know where to zoom in. But it doesn't have that much white on its back unless its feathers are spread out a bit. Hey, citizen. So last night I disconnected from the live stream at exactly midnight. I need to get more sleep in my life because I've got a 12-hour minimum job on most days. Anyway, I disconnected at midnight on the spot. I went to brush my teeth, shower, come out of the shower, look through the front door. And we've got the raccoons that were back, the 5 babies as on the stream, but they were eating with Mama Doe on the phone. And I knew if I opened the door to restart the stream, they would all go, so I had to let it go. But I was slightly annoyed to have missed on that. You know what, that thing at the top, I'm pretty sure it's just rock reflection. I just zoomed in with my tablet. So I'm going to go back where I last saw it go. Which was at the entrance of the cave. What's that? See, like everything looked like feathers suddenly, big birds. That's just a shadow. I need to find back my cave. Yes, that's my cave. That little one moves so fast. And I need to make sure he didn't move when I connected. Because everything starts to look like an eaglet. I'm just trying to put it a bit higher on the screen. Oops. No, that was not it. Oh, don't tell me I lost my cave. Took me long enough to find him. I went too high. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And it might have moved at the corner, so we were looking at his shadow. Look. Yeah, that's him. You can somewhat see its beak. And we were looking at the shadow on the wall. I saw him hopping there, and I went right on YouTube. Ah, too low. Welcome to Manual Scopes. Oops. I think that's the one. No. Ah! Well, I better to find it on fast. Lost my shadow. Can't be that one. This thing is so finicky. Oh, great. Oh, I'll tell you what, looking for that eaglet taught me patience. Somewhat. Now I've got to find my cave again. It's not that one. No, left. You pick a cave. But I had my focus on it, so damn thing. Let me rewind. Seconds. It's a big white. Oh, just a moment. Sorry, work. I know you're going to say I should have left it alone. There we go, the white. Yeah, got it. That's the one. Ah, its beak is moving. I'm just trying to put it up a bit of the chat till it locks in. I've got it loose because if it flies off, I've got to be able to move the scope. And if it's locked in, I'm not fast enough to unlock it. There you go. Which way? This way. Hey, the Michiganda. I am filming inside because we have a storm wind on and off. And as I was setting up outside, we had a huge gust of wind and it threw my scope on the ground, the little one, thankfully. And the lens glass is not broken, but the clip to keep it on the scope itself is broken. So I bungee tied it after going inside. And I'll have to find a new one. Lens. And hopefully we've still had signal, because with the storms, the signal has been funny. And if I zoom in too much, we'll get too much of that glass reflection. I could try to see if that makes a difference. Sometimes the lighting makes a difference. If I go a bit up, it might make a difference. So bear with me. There is so much slack on that one. Too much. Trying to bring it up off the chat. Right. So we could try to go a bit. Yeah. Problem is that it gives in and goes too low or too high. And you will hear my kitty. All right, I'm going to try to see if we can focus a bit better. Is that a bit better? With the glass, it's hard. Feel free to guide. I mean, I won't get it 100% because of the glass reflection. Please feel free to, I can't help the weather, but if you love wildlife and want to follow me, feel free to sub. I don't do scheduled streams for the fact that I've got to wait for wildlife in order to come on. I actually zoomed in on my tablet. It's better than on my phone. I'm streaming from my phone. And if it flies out, we'll be able to follow it only to a certain distance because of the window frame. Yes, I'm filming from my kitchen. On the private property, the rock face is 1 mile away from my kitchen. Usually I'm right outside of the kitchen on the patio, but we're expecting a storm, so I've got to stay inside on the wind. Has been on and off crazy. All the wildlife I film is on a private property. The private properties that I manage in Colorado. Yep, you got it. And that rock face is on the property. And for the last 3-4 days, when I was outside filming the eaglet, a hummingbird landed by me and showed me its tongue, very long white tongue. So since then I've been trying to film that, and I finally got it this morning. It took only 3 days of constant watch in between my live streams, and I'm uploading a slow motion of it, and then I'll just load up the regular short, because they've cut the image when I edit it to slow motion. Hi, Tom Hazen. Please feel free to sub or to push like. 11111. Oh, I like those numbers. And you can hear my cat, I'm sorry. Pleasures of being inside. I will never monetize, so the only YouTube recommendation I will get is from people commenting, liking, and subbing, as I will... Oh, that's nice, King House 8090. That's got to be a rewarding job. Is it like as a job or as a hobby? Well, I don't know, King House. The other night I looked for Eaglet for 2 hours, and just as I was disconnecting because it got so dark, we found it 10 minutes before dark. And I kept saying, I'm going to quit. And I didn't. I went through the miles of rock till I found it. You train red tails? How fascinating. I didn't even know they could be trained. Wow. Hi, Starlights and Zen Space. Yeah, I didn't know. I knew that the golden eagles are being trained, like in some countries, to hunt, like in Mongolia, where I really want to go. The nomads have the golden eagles in the hutch with some little eye covers when they're inside, and then they'll go on their horses. I watched a whole documentary on that. I've got a lot of red tails here on Coopers. Well, right now they're not on the property because of the golden eaglet. Soon as golden eaglet is born, all the raptures leave until golden eaglet migrates. He fledged on July 4th. I'm guessing he will go at the end of August to mid-September. And then all the hawks will come back, the bald eagles. The kestrel have come back this past week, the pair with the yearlings. Oh, wow. That has to be a fascinating job. Me too, Starlights at Zen Space. Please feel free to hit the like, sub, share. I'm never going to monetize from YouTube, so that's the only way my channel gets recommended. From like word of mouth. Hi, Snooks. Happy Saturday to you as well. And my short on the hummingbird, which I waited for 3 days, and I caught it finally today, of its tongue coming out. I'll put another, well, I did 2 videos. The first one is 11 minutes 11, but I was trying to center it, you know, the deal. And I'm not a professional, so I don't get it right away. I'm learning the ropes as I go. And the other one was a 1 minute or 2, and I took a short from one of the videos, put it in slow motion. I just found it fascinating. The night I saw it while I was live streaming, I actually said, oh my God, I can see the hummingbird's tongue. I had never seen it, but I was sitting very still, holding my breath to not scare it. And I finally got it on slow motion. I have a French accent. I'm French born, lived in France 21 years, moved to England for 10, and been in America for 25, and I naturalized as an American after 10 years in America. I like making my decisions very slowly. I wanted to make sure, so I took my sweet time. It might fly out. I'm not going to be able to follow it all the way because of the window edge. Just remember that. Poop and then fly out. That's what usually happens. I'm just hoping that Mama comes with a fish so it stays here a bit longer, because I've got the window in the way. That's okay, I'm used to spend 2 hours looking for it. The nest is a bit further on the left. Once it flies out and I lose it because of the window edge, I can show the old nest and the new nest. But if you go in my playlist, Golden Eagles, you'll see the old nest, which is over 35 years old. And the old pair that came here for 10 years and we watched every year finally moved out because some humans disrupted them this past spring. And that new pair came in and built a nest in 3 months, mated, and had 2 eaglets. One was eaten by a snake in the nest, which I caught on the live stream, and it came back for that one, and Mama pulled it out and had it for dinner. So 2 were born, but 1 died due to a snake. And I wouldn't have known unless I wouldn't have been streaming. But it's all on the, I've got a playlist called Golden Eaglet, Golden Eagles, and you've got the ones of last year, well, some of it. but I follow them every year. They mate around January to February, then they incubate. And in April, the eggs hatch. And then we follow them in the nest till fledge day. That one fledged on July 4th at 2:23 p.m. And when it's ready, it will migrate. The parents will remain around. I'm 1 mile away. I couldn't tell if it was a rattlesnake or a bull snake. It was a big snake. It was really long. We can see Mama pulling it out. And it was fighting Mama. And it is on the ledge. That's why in the last 11 years, I've never seen a snake crawling in the nest. That rock face is approximately 700 or a bit more feet up, and at the bottom of it is the river, filled with rainbow trout. So we watch them till, I wasn't fast enough. It's going to come back. Okay, it's at the top. It's showing its flying skill, going there. Need to zoom out. See, that's the problem when you zoomed in. You can't, there we go. Well, look at that. I've got it right centered, beautiful. I moved the scope a bit, but it's going to fly out again. So I'm not even going to try to zoom in with the scope zoom in. It's telling Mama I'm hungry. Get me some food. No, this is Colorado. And soon as Eaglet flies, migrates to wherever it's going to go, I will have the bald eagles. I film them often from, depending, September to February. All the raptures know to leave when the eaglets are expected, golden eaglets. Hi, blue unicorn. I love rainbow trout. And that river is full of them, and they're big ones. And I'm staring at the screen in case it flies off again. I'm not going to try to zoom in. We'll lose it. But I'm guessing Mama is not far. I'm trying to move the other scope out of the way. If Mama could deliver fish, then I could set up the big scope because it won't move and do a good zoom in. Oh, okay, King House. It's on my to-do list, like everything else. Arizona. Right, I'm going to try to zoom back in and hopefully it doesn't fly off right away. But it changed of spot and I changed my spot too. So I've got to refocus a bit. It's not in a good spot. I'm looking at the weather to see if I could go back outside, but I won't risk it. And it's looking to come back out. The glass reflection is making it. It's calling. Wait, I'm going to zoom out and see. Well, you can see the wind on its feathers. Got to zoom all the way out and refocus. That's the best we're going to get it until it moves again. Oops. Damn it. My foot just hit the tripod. And until the wind stops, I'm not going back out because thank goodness I didn't break the lens, but I broke the clips of the tripod, well, of the scope, holding the lens. So if it wasn't for the bungee cords, it's sliding out. And I am looking 600 feet up right now. I went too low and it's getting ready to go. I needed to go to another spot, really, because of the window reflection. It's a scope. I'm not a professional, I'm not sure. It's a scope I could afford, put it that way. It's my smallest one. I've got two. I've got the very big one, the HD one, and then I've got the smaller one, which is an icon. And it's calling, I can see it's big. Oh no, that's a feather from the wind. Going to try to go up a bit. And I've got the scope on loose to be able to follow it when it flies off. So it's very loose. And it's here. I can maneuver it better when it's on, when I've got it nice and tight, but then I can't follow it when it flies off. All right. That spot is a bad spot for the window reflection. Earlier, it was actually on the side, so I wasn't looking directly. And you can see the wind. We've had very bad storms in the last few days. Lightning. It affected the signal. 3 different providers and nobody had service at one time. Well, they had sketchy service. So I would come on and then it would disconnect my feed. And then I would lose Eaglet. We got almost 2 inches of rain. I was actually filming when it happened. I was filming Eaglet. We lost total visibility. We had almost 2 inches of water in less than 40 minutes. And everything became a lake. Hail first. Well, we had 1.5 inch. Soon as it moves, we will get a better view. Last night's stream was interesting. I had an evening stream on the raccoons. We found out what happened to all the baby mice. On the live streams, the raccoons who were eating peanuts and corn found the mice holes and started to dig out the mice and eat all the mice right there on my live stream. And there were baby raccoons. Mama wasn't with them. I filmed the entire storm Blue Unicorn last Sunday on the stream. And Eaglet had to ride the storm out of a cave because Mama came by him and wouldn't let him, I guess, or let it go in a cave, so it got soaked. And when it cleared and we could see it again, it was very loud. Like, why did you let me get so wet? It rained so much that the water almost came through the front door. It came through the back door, not from the height, but the angle it was coming at. It came through the edges. Yeah, it's calling for mama. It's hungry, and I'm hoping she comes and delivers the fish. So then I don't have to keep watching the screen in case it flies out. I don't know how to sit still unless it's at a river or outside. I'm not sure if he's seeing mama. If I look outside, I might miss it taking off. And I was going to move back outside, but I'm looking at the clouds. No way. And I'm not seeing the whole chat because I'm focusing on Eaglet. And soon as it starts flying, I actually turn off the chat because Eaglet often ends up in the chat and I cannot see it. Watching wildlife requires patience. I think Mama must have gone to the next reservoir. There are a few reservoirs a few miles away. Well, to them it's just a few miles away. Also, the river is right here, but the river might be low. I wish we didn't have that window reflection